Hi all, we are doing loop bands today. So grab your loop bands, or if you need to just tie one of your resistance bands, do so. And we're going to start standing with the bands around our thighs, just above the kneecaps. And we're going to stand just to the back of your mat with your feet sitting underneath your hips. And just want you to spread your feet a tiny bit more so you feel a little bit of resistance on that band. Okay, and we're just going to start with the warm up by squeezing our shoulder blades back behind us, taking a long deep breath in, and we're going to exhale, swing the arms forward, come down into a squat. And I want you to always think about a light push out on that band as you lower down to encourage the outer thighs and the hips and the glutes to start activating. The band will pull your knees in, so you need to physically push your band away. So side on, a nice sunken deep squat, squeezing your shoulder blades at the top. So you're getting that slight extension to encourage that posture. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Go 5 more. 4, squeeze back. 3, 2 more. Last one. Press down. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Take a little stretch, keeping those knees wide. And then just lower your head and chest down. So you're flexing the spine. You might just bend and extend your knees. Just waking up the hamstrings and the lower back. Take a couple of more breaths here. And then squeeze the belly in to roll your spine all the way back up again. And roll the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades back behind. This time we're going to sink into like a half squat. And I want you to just press your left leg in and out. Staying low in that right leg. If you need to bring your hands to your hips, do so. Might be more comfortable. So all my weight now is pushed back into my right heel. And I'm tapping my left foot in and out. Give me 6 more. 6, sink low if you can. 5, breathe. 4, squeeze those shoulder blades together. 3, 2, one more, and 1. Bring the weight back, stay low, push your weight into that left leg, and do the same on the right, just tapping in and out. So all your weight is now pushed into your left heel. Squeeze, keep your bottom behind, keep your weight behind, squeeze the belly, pull those shoulders together. 6, 5, put those thighs engaging. Last 3, 2 more. Last one. And then straighten your legs, roll the shoulders, reset. Take your feet a little bit wider. Good. Turn the toes out slightly. Going back into basic squats. This time the arms come out into wide position, like a wide V. And then squeezing the shoulders back. So now you've got a little bit more of a challenge on these thighs. You can try to keep the kneecaps heading towards the little toes. They will want to sink in even more. Your outer thighs should already be screaming. 6 more repetitions. Squeeze back. Can you get lower? Last 4. Squeeze it. 3. Squeeze it. 2. And 1. Bring your fingertips down to the floor. Square your feet off, taking your heels a bit wider. A wide hamstring stretch. Bending, extending, maybe swaying your hips side to side this time. Taking some lovely deep breaths. Come into the center, bend the knees slightly, walk your hands forward and bring yourself forward into a plank. So sink the hips down, soften the elbows, pull your shoulder blades back, squeeze the belly, squeeze your butt. Can you just open your feet a tiny bit further and then give me some little knee taps? So you don't necessarily have to touch the floor. We're just bending one at a time, tapping down, not here for too long. If you need to, you can come down to the floor on your knees and just lift one up, drop it, and lift one up, drop it. 6 more, 3 more each side. Make sure you're breathing. 4, 3, 2, and drop the knees. Bring the big toes together, slide it back, quick child's pose, release off. Take a few breaths, stretching your arms forward, elbows lifted off the ground, hands spread wide. And then we roll it up. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Just take a little cat-cow, chin up, bottom up, spine drops in the middle. We hold for a nice deep breath and then we curl up and we go the opposite direction, opening out deep into the shoulder blades, tucking that tailbone and chin under. And then do that one more time. Lift up, pull back, breathe. And then scoop it in, push the floor away, curve that spine, chin down, tailbone tucked. And then we bring ourselves back to neutral. We're going to drop down to the right elbow. You can take the left hand out to the side. We're going to hover the left knee. And we're going to lift up, take it out and around, and drop it back down in the middle. So we're circling the leg. So obviously the band makes it 10 times harder than when you're doing this just without the band, which you can do. Complete your choice if you want to lose the band. What I want you to try and do is lead with the knee. You lift with the knee, you open the knee, you pull the knee up and round. The foot just follows. What I see happen a lot is the foot then goes skew with, the knee's gone skew with, the hip's gone skew with, and you've lost all core stability. It's about stabilizing, getting as much of a circle as you can. Just give me 2 more on this side. And then you simply reverse. So don't take a break, just hover, go up, back, up, and around. And make sure you're breathing. So I've only got a light band and my leg is hardly moving. 5, 4, big circles. 3, come on, squeeze it up. 2, 1 more, and drop it down. Bring both your elbows down to the floor. Take a breath in here. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up. Come up into dolphin. I have a dog sniffing around me. So push down into your heels. Lift your tailbone up. Extend your spine. Maybe walk your arms a little bit further forward, and we're going to roll forward and we're going to lift up. So make sure that band hasn't gone all floppy. Open your legs a little bit wider so you've constantly got that resistance going on. We inhale down, we exhale lift. Enzo, get off. Get my ear nibbled. And options, drop to your knees here and then push your bottom up instead. So you're still rolling down into that plank, you still got that core stability going on, and you kick it back up. Give me 6 more. 5. Squeeze the belly to lift. 4. Oh, I'm slipping. 3. Last 2. 1 more. Lift up high and then lower yourself carefully to the ground. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead down. We're still concentrating on that left leg. So keep the right leg stable, but the legs are still wide. You're just going to simply lift it up, pull it out, take it back and drop it down. So we lift, we squeeze, we come back in, we release. Make sure you're breathing. Squeeze both your butt cheeks so both are active. Keep that left leg as straight as it will go. Up, out, center, down. 6 more. Breathe. Up, out, center, down. Last 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more. Now hold the hover, slightly widen the legs, bend your heel towards your bottom, and press that leg up and down, keeping the knee as wide as it can go. So you're still feeling that resistance on the band. Just keep pressing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it down. Take a little wriggle in the hips. Take a few deep breaths. Now we're going to simply switch to the other side. So we're just going to reverse the last two exercises we did. So pin your left leg to the floor and we're going to lift the right leg up, take it out, back to center and release. Relax through your shoulders. Keep the leg as straight as it will go. You're just hovering it off the ground, using your buttocks to control the movement. 6 more. And you may find one side's easier, one side's harder, one side's got more lift. One side goes a little bit further. Just try and think about maximum range. Last 2. One more. We lift it up, we take it out, ease it off slightly, and then bend the knee, and then we lift and lower, lift and lower. Squeezing up. Lift that thigh off the ground. Keep your buttocks firm, knees switched on. Keep your belly pulled in tight. Relax a little bit more through the shoulders. 7, 6, 5. Take it a little bit wider if you can. 4, 3. Last 2. One more. And release it off. Take a little breather. Take a little wriggle. Keep your feet pinned to the floor. We're just going to take a little emphasis off the legs, give them a little breather by working the upper body. Fingertips to the side of the head. We lift up, we squeeze back, we reach, and we come back to the floor. We lift, we pull the elbows behind, we reach forward, and then return. Up, back, forward, released to the floor. So that's too much, taking your arms forward and your back doesn't like it, then just stick with coming up, squeezing, back and down. Okay, that's your easier option. But remember, the legs need to stay active. Just because we're giving them a break doesn't mean to say they totally relax off. Abs pulled in. And just 4 more of these. Last 2. One more. And then release everything off. Get that wriggle again. Breathe. Let the rib cage fall to the ground. Slide the fingers round, side of the shoulders. Lift yourself up. Take another child's pose back, or if you prefer cat stretch, do that. Release through the lower back. Drop your chest down. Lengthen your arms. And then we roll back up. We reset and we're going on that other side. Left elbow drops to the ground. Right hand out to the side. Right knee hovers. When you're ready, you lift up behind, you circle it out and bring it back in. Core needs to be switched on here, so don't lose your focus on the tummy as much as all the focus is mainly on that leg. Big circles. Remember, the knee is leading the way. The foot just follows. Also, just try not to sink into your shoulders too much. When you start to get tired, you'll kind of feel your scapula moving out of that neutral position. So stay quite tall, lift the chest away from the floor. Give me 2 more circles in this right leg. And then when you've done your last circle, you hover the leg, you take it the opposite way. Let's start to get these circles a tiny bit bigger if you can. We're going to feel your obliques kicking in to help move the leg. Keep it going. Now get your last 4 circles to the absolute max. So your legs and hips and thighs and whatever, your buttocks are screaming out. Last 2. Last 1. Big, big lift. And drop the knees to the ground. Bring your forearms down. Take a quick breath, tuck your toes, and lift yourself back up into that stretch. Take your feet a little bit wider so the band's still there with a little bit of resistance. So those outer thighs are constantly active. Walk your hands or arms a little bit further forward, and we lower down, and we lift up, and we repeat the exercise we did before. Remember your options: be on your knees, push your bottom up as you melt your head and chest down, lengthen out through the spine, squeeze your belly to pull the hips up. Okay, that's your easier option. Otherwise, stick with this. 5 more of these now. Big squeeze in the belly, lift it up high. Last 3. Let's see if we can hold the plank this time. If you don't want to hold the plank, you can keep your hips in the air, or you can drop your knees if you feel like you haven't got the strength to. Hold, 10-second hold, lengthen out through the body. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and knees down. Bring yourself back up. This time, take your arms around by your feet, curl into a little ball. Take 3 to 4 breaths. Once again, allowing your lower back to relax. Every time you exhale, melt deeper into that stretch. And then carefully, when you're ready, lift yourself up, spin around onto your bottom. Come to the middle of your mat, and then lie yourself down to the ground. Might want to give yourself a little knee hug in, up to you. Now bring your arms down by your side. Take your legs to tabletop, but slightly wide, so that resistance on the band. And all I want you to do from there is tap your foot down to the floor, lift it back in, start activating those abs. Exhale, push down, inhale, back in. So the hard part of this is the leg that's not moving. So that thigh is going to have to really kick in to prevent that pull, but it's all driven from your core. So your abs want to feel it before your thighs do. Tapping down. You can lose the band if you don't want to do this with the band. And if you want to make it a little bit harder, you take your legs to a V and you continue dropping down one leg, lifting back up, staying wide, dropping down one side and back up. So whichever one you're going to do, we're going to do 4 more on each leg. Really think about that stabilization in that opposite leg. Really think about the pull on the moving leg. 4 more. Last one. And then bring your legs back up to the top, whether they're bent or straight. Open up a little bit wider. Slide your fingertips to the back of the head. Come up into a crunch. And give me some pulse crunches here. See if you can move those legs a little bit wider. Maybe you want to give them a little bit of a pulse. And if you do, turn your toes out, heels in, making sure you're not letting your knees protrude inwards. 8, 7, 6. Crunch it up. Lift that rib cage. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Another little knee hug in. Keep them wide and roll side to side. Now keeping the legs wide, pop your feet back down, knees and feet are about the same width apart, so quite wide. And we take our arms down by your side, tuck your shoulder blades under, we roll up into a bridge, open the knees at the top and drop your bridge back down. Okay, so not a complicated exercise, but an effective exercise. So as you open your knees, you'll feel a little bit of rolling of the outer edges of your feet. That's fine. Gives you a little bit of mobilization in those ankles. If you want to make it harder, just brush your buttocks and come back up before you even hit the floor. Okay, so it's a drop and a lift. So it's not so much of a spinal roll. It's like you're just dropping the back to the floor and lifting it back up again. So the top of the rib cage stays high the whole time. So it gives a little bit of mobility into the middle of your back. And if you need to drop down, take a brief moment, come back up and squeeze it out, just to make it a little bit easier. Or just lose the band completely, it's your choice. 6 more of these. Let's start to get a little bit deeper in that push. Let's start to get a little bit more elevation in that bridge. Last 3. Last 2. Can we do a hold on that last one? So lift up, open, and squeeze the band apart. Push your knees apart. Lift your hips, squeeze your butt. 5. Lift. 2, 1, and release it off. Let your knees fall together. So now the band is loosened. All the pressure's been taken off those outer thighs. You're going to pick your knees up. You're going to slide the band off. Now, if you have a combination of different bands, I recommend you get a light band because we're going to do a bit of arm work. Because if you've got a heavy band, it's not, you're not going to get any movement. You'll get some pressure, but you want to feel a little bit of resistance. You're going to take your legs long. You're going to take your arms inside the band, and we're going to take a full body stretch back. Just reach. We're going to bring the arms over as we inhale, chin lifts at the same time. We exhale, we're going to roll all the way up. As we come up, we lift up tall. And then we scoop the belly in to drop, and we sweep the arms around. We lift up. And then we sweep the arms to the other side, and we lift up. We then carefully roll down. You may want to bring your arms forward to make it a bit easier, or you can keep them high. And we stretch back. We inhale, bring the arms above the shoulders, chin lifts at the same time. We roll up. We lift up. We scoop back and we rotate towards the floor. We lift up. We lengthen and we rotate. We sweep towards the floor. And we're going to repeat that. Swoop over to the left. Swoop over to the right. Lift up and to the floor. Control, 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 vertebrae by vertebrae. So the control going up and down is majorly important because you work those abs. The time is under the tension of those whole entire abdominal area, but also you really encourage that flexion of the spine, opening up the vertebrae, roll it up, lift up tall, get a stretch up, swoop. So we're doing 3 each side this time. Squeeze those thighs together. Last one over to the right. Then we lift up and we roll it out. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Take that stretch. Really use this stretch as your quick breather. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, roll up. Lift up for that stretch. And then curve the spine. We swoop. We lift up. We swoop. Now, you still got that resistance on that band. Push it out for those shoulders working as well as the obliques. So we're going for 4 each side. One more each side. Swoop it. twist it, turn it all the way up and roll it down. Take your arms to that last stretch. Now this time we just lift the arms. We roll the spine back up. Take a quick breather, sit tall. Now we're going to simply turn around and lie on our tummies with our arms still in this position. So all I'm going to do is just do a turn around here. You can switch ends if you need to. I'm going to take my feet to the corners of the mat. And I'm going to take my arms long again. All we're going to do is simply lift the upper body, open the arms as wide as they will go. Mine go about 1 inch each side and release back down. This is really good shoulder work and back work. Push and release. So if you're not using a band, just simply lift, open to the corners and drop back down. So you've got a little bit more of a swoop up and back down. Otherwise, carry on. Not here for long, 5 more of these. Four, come on, really push into those hands. 3, get that chest off the floor, squeeze your butt. 2, 1 more big lift. And release. Remove your hands from the band, make a pillow. Feel your body just relaxing into the ground. Keep hold of the band with your hands and just take a little cat stretch at the top. And then we're going to swing around 1 more time onto our bottoms. Feed the band back into your legs again. Back over, just above the kneecaps onto the thighs. And then hold onto your shins and lift up tall. Feet and knees a tiny bit wider. Get that resistance again. Bring your fingertips to the side of the head, or if you want a little bit easier, onto the shoulders. Scoop down halfway. And then lift up and tap elbow to knee. So if you're here, you've got a little bit more load. Abs going to have to work a little bit harder. I'm feeling quite tired, so I want to get a little bit more, make the most out of it. So I'm going to stay here. So you're lifting the knee up and you're crunching side to side, pressing. That's why having your legs wide is important. It makes you have to reach across a little bit more. Come on, keep working it. Sit back, pull forward into the side. Pull forward to the sides, do a slight rotation. 8, knees wide. 7, 6, come on, crunch it more. Make your last few even harder. Last 3, 2, and roll it up. Take a little curve forward. And then use your shins to lift up tall. And then I want you to bring your fingers around, so they're pointing in towards your buttocks. So you've opening up through the shoulders, feet a little bit closer in, and let's lift up into reverse tabletop. If you want to challenge yourself, you can do knee pull-ins. Just subtly swapping side to side, feeling that resistance. Now let's get these chests up. Let's get the hips up, be strong. You can just stay here and just breathe if you wish. Otherwise, keep going. 6, 5, 4, come on, squeeze up, lift it up. 3, 2, 1 more, big pull in. And then lower it down. Roll down to the floor. Take the arms out wide, T shape. Let your spine rest through your breath. Imprint your spine. Lift your legs to tabletop. We're going to float the knees over to one side, back into middle, and over to the other side. So as you can see, my knees are about shoulder width apart because otherwise I lose that resistance. And if you want more, take them wider. And if you want more, wide V, just keep the wide V and just rotate side to side till the bottom leg touches the ground and then over to the other side. So we're going to add on to this. Next time you hit the center, take one leg to the corner of the room, other leg to the corner of the room, keeping a wide position in those legs, and then rotate. Back to the middle, drop it down, far up those lower abs, and rotate. You can mix it up. You might want to keep your knees bent and just do a heel tap, and then just a roll over to the side, okay? That's your kind of easier option. Or perhaps you want to do your knee taps, so your foot taps, and then extend your legs for the rollover. Or maybe you want to keep those legs straight in the middle, do your heel taps to the floor, keeping the legs dead straight, and then perhaps bend them on your rollover. So you've got a load of options, play with them. So we'll do 4 more each side. Make them as strong as you can. Breathe. Did I say 4 more on each side? I think I did, didn't I? 3 more on each side. Come on, reach, reach. Now we've got 1 more left to do. Big reach in the middle. 1 more rotation. And then we bring our legs back together. Our legs to the center. We slide our hands around, get that V wider, and go back to those pulses. If you wish, pistol grip, reach beyond the band, turn the toes out, heels in, extend the knees. Or if you're here, just keep working it there. Open the knees. 8, 7, reach higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it off. Little roll around. Breathe. Slide your hands around the back of the legs. Roll up to seated. Lift up tall. Bring your feet a little bit closer in. This time, turn your fingers away from you. Lateral rotation of the shoulders. When you're ready, pull your chest up before you do anything, and then push through the thighs, lift up to reverse tabletop. So you can just stay here and breathe, or you can go back to those knee pulls, in and out. Might want to lose the band and try them without the band. But whatever you're doing, get your chest as high as you can, get your hips as high as you can. Keep breathing. You might want to stop and just lift a little bit higher, then carry on if you wish. 8, 7, 6. Lift up. 4 more. 3. Hips up. Chest up. 1 more. And release it off. Bring it forward. Release the shoulders. If your hands are feeling a little bit kind of tight with your wrists, just push down on the backs of your hands and straighten your arms. Now lift up tall again. Take your knees wide and soles of the feet together. Now you might not get much movement, okay? Because the band will kind of hold your legs there. But almost kind of force it down a little bit more. Maybe use your arms to begin with. Then sit tall. Bring your hands back to the sides of your head or across the chest. Scoop down. And we're going to lift up. Twist again like we did earlier, but this time you're pulling the knee out towards your armpit. So earlier on we were here, just pulling up towards the chest. Now you're slightly angled and you've got to work more into that hip and then more into that twist. Squeeze it, breathe it. 10, 9, sink back, lift up and turn it, rotate. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, extra little challenge here. Last 1, come to the middle. Take your arms forward. Can you lift your feet? Can you pulse your knees out? Or can you be here and do it? Or can you support yourself and do it? Or support yourself and do it? Do whatever works for you. Challenge. Come on, work it, work it, work it. Over the knees, hover the leg, hover the body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Curve forward for a breath or two. Then always transition into that extension, putting onto your legs to lift your chest. Remove your band. Fold your band so that it's kind of together as one. Scoop that around your left leg. Fold your right leg in, straighten that leg out in front, and fold forward to stretch off that left hamstring. So you might not need to use a band, you might be able to catch your foot quite happily. Curl forward, relax through the shoulders, bend your elbows, and use your biceps to stretch. Nice long deep breaths, breathing down into that thigh. Now ease it off a little bit. Take the band in your left hand and then take the leg as wide as it will go out to the side. Now take your right hand and catch the band, releasing your left hand to the floor, and then drop your head and chest and elbows down towards that leg. Again, you have to be quite forceful. You might just be holding onto the foot. And just take some long deep breaths here. Now ease it off, bend the leg, take it back into that left hand and bring the elbow inside the leg for your support. Bring your right hand onto the knee and lift tall through the spine. Open it out in lines, the arms make a lovely straight line. Take the arm up to the sky, dead straight, so that you feel that upper arm touching the ear. Rotate and then side bend over towards that leg. You might want to keep it where it is and just reach. You might want to extend the leg to get deeper. Park your right butt cheek onto the ground as you turn and you pull out that rib cage. Lovely long deep breaths. Continue that breathing. Keep turning, keep reaching. And then slowly begin to release the arm up. Release the band from the foot and bring yourself back to the middle. So while this foot's here, we put the band around. And then we take the leg out straight in front of us. And then we bend this one in. Hold onto that band or the foot. We lift and lengthen the spine and we fold. And I'm going to get licked. So just allow your chest and head to fall down towards the thigh, bending through the elbows, lowering the shoulders, reaching down as you keep your buttocks pressed into the floor. Every exhalation, feel yourself melting further forward. And then just begin to ease it off. Take the band in your right hand and then, then open it up as wide as it will go. Then we take the band with our left hand, right hand to the ground, and then we use this arm to drive our head and chest back down, reaching as far as we can go, pushing down into the left hip as we pull out through the back. 4 deep breaths. And we begin to ease it off again. So we now take the band back into our right hand. We bend the knee, get the arm inside, lift up tall by pushing down into that knee. So just elevates your chest a little bit more. Then we open up, making that lovely straight line run through the arms. Then we bring the arm up so you feel it touching up to the ear. And then you begin to side bend as we rotate the chest towards the sky. The leg can go away as well. See how tight you feel. And just breathe and reach, turning, lengthening through the arm, pushing the left hip to the floor. Always use that breath to go that little bit further. Two more breaths. Then release the arm first, release the band, roll it back up. And then take the left leg out to join your right leg. Get your legs as wide as they will possibly go. And I want you to really flex the foot, toes up towards the sky. So you're pushing your feet away from you. Now, mine naturally fall in. Yours might naturally fall outwards. So be aware of that when we do this stretch. So get the full width length as wide as they will go till you feel that stretch. Soften the spine to begin with. We just drop forward as far as you can. You might just drop down to your elbows and just lean forward. If you feel you can't go very far with this, then take your hands behind you and use your arms to lift the spine and push you forward. If you're quite comfortable down here, you can catch hold of your feet, grab a hold of your feet, lift and lengthen up, and let's fold forward. And I want you to just keep doing that. Keep lifting and then lowering just through that breath. So I have to physically turn my toes away from the center because they want to fall in, which makes me feel the stretch even more. If you're the opposite, then I recommend you grab the outside edges of your feet to encourage them in if they're more likely to turn out. Or if you're holding onto the legs, hold around the outside of the legs. If you're like me, where your feet naturally turn in and you can only reach the legs, get underneath those calves and push them wide. So use your arms, use your shoulders. Let's go for 2 more breaths wherever you are. Then we bring our hands back to the floor and we use our arms to roll ourselves back up. And we roll the shoulders up to help straighten out through the spine. And let's take a stretch into those buttocks because the outer thighs and buttocks done so much work. So bend your right leg with that left leg behind you, either staying at a 90-degree angle through both legs on seated hurdle if hips and knees aren't happy, or come all the way up into pigeon. Begin to find that stretch into that right buttock. And when you're there, you can just lower down, lengthen your back leg as much as you can, and just breathe. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds, just allowing that stretch to occur. I like to do a very subtle rock side to side. You may want to just stay static and breathe down into it. Everyone's different. And we're going to do a little bit of a thigh stretch as well whilst we're here. So just find deeper into that stretch before we do. If you want to drop out of your pigeon to 90-90 at any point, you can. We're going to bring our hands back underneath us. We're going to bend that back leg. We're going to catch it with the left hand. And we're going to pull the left heel in towards the bottom. And this might just be enough for you. Try and turn your shoulders forward, turn your hip forward. So you feel that left thigh really stretching out, but still maintain that right buttock stretch. So really melt down into both hips. And then release it off. We're simply going to drop down into that bottom, spin the leg all the way around, bringing that leg in front, lean into the buttocks. We take the right leg all the way back and we can take it into that left buttock. So find your place, whether that's 90-90 or in pigeon, and then drop down and then find that deep stretch. Make sure you relax through your shoulders. So take a couple of more breaths here. Then you can move that back heel towards your bottom as you come up onto your hands, taking your right hand around, catching that right leg, putting the heel in towards the bottom, getting that deep thigh stretch, bringing your body back around to the front. Stay low in that left buttock as well, so you're getting both stretches. And then when you're ready, release off. Hands either side, tuck your toe under and lift your body weight back. Carefully bring yourself into a downward facing dog. Take a little walk. Don't make it too strong. Keep it fairly fluid and soft. Just leaning into your arms. Push both heels down, holding it for a brief moment, extending through the knees, dropping the chest a little bit lower. And then we begin to walk our hands back to our feet, which is where we started. Take a moment down here, soften the knees. Let's take our arms around, interlace the fingers, stretch our arms up and bring those arms up and over, stretching out the shoulders a little bit. Take a little rotation towards the right, looking up towards the sky. Back to center, over to the left. Back to center, bring the hands to the base of the spine and roll up. Allow that chin to be the last thing that comes up. And then just push your hands down your buttocks and lift your chest and your eye gaze to the sky. And then in the next breath, we release the arms, big, wide reach up, bringing the hands together, taking a lovely flat back bow, always giving yourself a little clap for, I hope, working hard. Woo! I think my thighs and buttocks are going to feel that. Thanks all.